See Concepts FZ09 carbon fiber gripper, orange stitch. Looks good. First thing, secure foam to the pan with a little bit of adhesive. So there we go. You want to staple your foam in this front edge here. Two staples so it doesn't rip out. It ensures the foam to stay in place in this front vital edge. So here we go. You want to go ahead and snip your center mark, front and back. There is the mark. You look at your corners here, flip them out, get a feel for them, push the fabric through. And you go ahead and pull your cover right to that corner. So you make sure that it's real tight. You do both sides. There you are. Looks good. Once you make sure that it's in that corner, go ahead and give yourself two staples. Make sure you're using a staple that is 3/8 or shorter. That way you don't feel the staple on the outside. So again, two staples. Pull your cover, make it line up there. Go ahead and make sure it's going to fit here in the back also. And now pull your cover about 1 inch past that edge, so make sure it rolls over. Again, it's two staples so the cover doesn't rip out. Now you work this back or middle hip area. Go ahead and pull. As you can see, I massage this center area. Make it roll over the edge. What you're looking for is this seam to roll over this edge here. So once I know it's there, two staples. You match the other side, same manner. Comfortable with that? As you can see, it actually just started giving it a shape here. Now you go to the front. As you can see here, the seam stops right there. Okay, you go ahead and start pulling. Do not pull on this tab here. Pull on the seam. Pull it back. You have to bring some of the material from the center out just a bit. If that staple gets in your way, you go ahead and move that staple back and pull those two that you have put there. They're pilot staples. Help you secure the cover. They were in my way, so I went ahead and pulled it back just a tad. Again, I'm going to go back here, pull this tab up. Do not force that, just kind of pull it up just a tad. You go ahead and start pulling on the seam. My left hand is actually helping this move into place. I'm comfortable with that. Two again. Do the same on the other side. Okay. That's great. Now I start working this side edge here and this V. This seam is made to have a curvature, so go ahead and crank it. I feel comfortable there. The beauty of staples is you can always pull them if you did not get the cover in the right spot. So here we go. There's one there. You want to put the staples roughly an inch, 3/4 to an inch away from each other. You don't need to put a staple every centimeter away from each other. So did one side, do the other. You'll see the cover tightening, getting it to the other side. Very cool. It's starting to look like a seat, so here we go. Next step is to move from here to here. You can start getting some of this area here. This is vital to get the wrinkles out. So you go ahead and give yourself 2 staples. And again, the other side. You can see here, this pucker, that's what you're working on. Okay. Now that you have that, you still have a little bit there. You're going to work on the nose. So the idea here is to get this right on the edge. So you go ahead and do the same for the other side. I can go ahead and keep working this whole area here. Very cool. Now you go back to this area to get these wrinkles out, and you really have to crank it here. It's vital. As you can see here, I go ahead and compress this area with my right, hold with my left. Starting to look good. Okay, do the same on the other side. Take your time. Very cool. I still have a little bit of looseness in this area, so that means I'm going to have to work this here. So okay, here's the second part to this video. I went ahead and put 2 staples there, working this area here on the opposite side. Going to copy that. Go ahead and crank it. You really want this thing to come down, so always work in 2s and always going from side to side. So have some patience. Here we go. It's looking good. Okay. I'm smoothing out some of the material, bringing it to the back. Okay. A few more to do on this side. I can feel it's still a little loose in this area here. So I can go ahead and pull a couple staples in this spot here. Really bringing that seam down, so. Okay. It's coming down, so here we go. Okay. I'll work on this here. And work on the other side. Pull a couple staples. Make sure you get them out clear. They will take a finger off, so. Okay, very cool. Also helps if it's a warm day or warm area where you're working on installing this cover. Okay. As you can see, this area is starting to look a lot better. Okay, very cool. I have all this here, there. Okay, I want to go ahead and crank this area here. Bring this down just a tad. And the same on the other side. Okay. Go ahead and work on this area here. That's where I want it. This spot right here, I can pull that down. It's looking great. I'm going to move towards the back. As you can see, I pull and massage the material towards the back. So let's work on the back. Let this kind of hang over the edge there of the foam. Okay. Now I go here to the back, pull this staple, these pair of staples out. I want to go ahead and pull it again. Looks like I can move the cover just a tad bit further, so I guesstimate maybe an inch and a half, inch and a quarter. Pull that. I go to this area here. Again, using my hand to smooth, push the material back and over. Same to the other side. Cover's looking nice and tight, so go ahead and go to this area. There's a little bit of plastic there. You can use that to your advantage. Okay, same to the other side. Go ahead and work this area here. You want it all to look uniform. I like to cut here because the pan has some ridges here. It helps to just kind of relieve that. You don't want to crank this. You don't want to create this effect. You want to just go ahead and leave it natural and loose a little. Here you go. Same on the other side. Again, cut for these ridges. Helps relieve some of the stress there in the area. Go ahead and shoot a staple or two there. for the back. Go ahead and bring the fabric over like so. I'll show you in a second what it looks like on the other side. That looks great. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish the nose here. I'll give it a fold there. And a staple. So that's for this edge here. Looks like my corner here moved out of place. Go ahead and massage this. Now I can pull on this. Helps to take its original pilot staples. Okay. As you can see, I just massaged it into place there. Okay. I'll go ahead and put a staple there, just to, actually two to help it. Got to go back here with my shears. I go ahead and trim back excess. Don't cut too much or too close to the edge. Just enough. Just so you don't have any unnecessary material buildup there. So, as you can see here, this seam edge, you have a little bit of a flap. Go ahead and cut. You can see how it naturally wants a fold in this spot. Creates a triangle down here. You go ahead and go below that, 1/4 of an inch. You go ahead and pull this. You don't have to really pull to tear, just go ahead and pull it back just a tad. And as you can see, I roll it and make that look natural. So you make that look like a continuous, like if it was stitched all the way through. So you go ahead and pull it there. Couple of staples there. I pull these guys out. Any excess you go ahead and shear back. That way you don't create a buildup. Okay. That's what that should look like. Looks good. Very cool. Do the same to the other side. So this is too far back. Go ahead and pull that. 2 pilot staples. Make sure the staples are out of the way and clear so you do not find their way into tearing the cover. So hold this corner down, a staple, so you can see this corner fit much better than the other. Okay. Again, cut cut all excess material. Okay. You want to pull that down. As you can see here, you're looking for this to look uniform. That looks good. Okay. Go ahead and cut that a little bit out. Don't cut too far though. I like it there. Keep the staples close because you go through them pretty quick. Okay, that front edge is looking awesome. So now you can come back here and work on some of these areas. If you're not comfortable with that, make them look straight, uniform, or if it has a curvature, you make sure that it does what it has to do here. So I need to move this just slightly. So I'm going to go back here and pull a few of these out. Looks much better. This side could use a little bit right there. So I go take back 2 staples. One needs to come out too. I see here needs a little bit more. So don't be afraid to go back and pull a few staples. I'd love to get it on the first try, but sometimes it takes a few attempts to get the result that I'm looking for. Okay. Looks great. You go back here and you cut off this excess here. And any lift up here. That's great. Same to the other side. Be careful with those scissors because they will do damage. Okay, there's a little bit right here in the front. You can use a razor blade. Some of the areas here. So a little bit extra here in the back. Okay. FZ09 seat concepts. This is what you're going for. There's your rear. Thank you for watching. Watch it several times because this one is not the easiest seat to install. So take your time and remember, pull staples, adjust your seat cover. Just take your time. Thank you.